listeners. This is your pop culture maven, Jeff Malone, and you are listening to a Karaoke Korner mini episode of That's Auntertainment. It's a special Thanksgiving edition because this episode is coming out right before Thanksgiving. It's the 23rd this year. The 23rd in 2023. The number 23. Jim Carrey is sure must be interested. Anyway, yes, we've done some other, we, meaning me, and you, the listeners, and Aunt Beth, even though it's just me on the microphone for the Karaoke Korner episodes, but we're all involved in the making of these episodes, aren't we? Yes, so we've done some holiday-themed Karaoke Korner editions before. We've done a Christmas one, we've done a Halloween one. The Halloween one just came out. I think I did a Mother's Day version. I did a running edition, and that wasn't holiday themed, but it was a special one. What other specials? A birthday. Yeah, there's a birthday edition. And so now I'm doing a Thanksgiving one. These are songs to be thankful for. If you're feeling plenty of gratitude and when you're at a karaoke occasion, these are the songs to sing about. Usually on Karaoke Korner, the way it happens is I ask someone, hey, could you give me the names of usually three. I've settled on three. Three is the number. There's a few times where it's been a different number, but I'm sticking with three for now. I say, can you give me the names of three musical artists? And then what I do is I'm going to look through their discographies and determine which of their songs are the best to sing at karaoke. But this time around, as this is a special episode, it's the three best songs that fit the theme. So the three best songs to sing at karaoke on Thanksgiving. If that's how you like to spend your time before or after or during the big feast. If maybe before, if that helps you work up an appetite, or after, if it helps you work off the calories, or during, if you like to live dangerously. So usually my criteria for determining the songs is I want to find songs that, for one thing, I like them to be able to be handled by as wide as big a number of people as possible. The widest range of vocal types can handle it, essentially. That's the starting point. But then more specifically, I like songs that that are familiar, but not too familiar. And songs that have emotional highs and lows that take you on a journey. Now, I still like to consider that criteria in these special episodes, but I'm also more prominently thinking about what's going to fit the theme. So for this edition, I was like, what songs best fit the Thanksgiving theme? And I could have picked songs about turkeys or pie, or stuffing. And I probably would have been able to come up with a few, but I chose to zero in on songs to be thankful for. And there are plenty of songs out there that give thanks. So I was able to narrow it down to a little more than three. And I'll kind of mention them as honorable mentions. And it kind of worked out interestingly because there were like a few there were pairs that were kind of similar in the final culling of my selections. And, so for the ones that I chose, I'll say like what the alternate would have been. So, okay, so let's get into it. So first up, we've got a funk number from, is this from the 60s or the 70s? Oh, just right on the cusp. It came out in 1969, December 1969, apparently. I'm talking about Thank You, open parentheses, for letting me be myself again, close parentheses, by Sly and the Family Stone. So it's got a funny spelling. You may have heard this song in a movie or a commercial. It gets played a lot. It's it's one of those songs that just keeps popping up here and there. It keeps getting used for all occasions. But I mean, what's a better sentiment than letting people be themselves? And that's a good message for Thanksgiving. It's an eternally good message, but it's an especially good time for when you're in close quarters with people and you have to share a meal with them. It's important to let everyone be themselves in that setting so you can be comfortable and have a most satisfying meal. And the alternate to this would have been, we got a soul tune, so thank you for letting me be myself, is funky. And soul is a close cousin of funk. Yeah, so what I considered was I Thank You by Sam and Dave. You probably heard this song. If if you're into songs from the 60s. So that's Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself again, with I Thank You as backup. On to my next selection, and it's a song simply called Thank You. That's you, the letter U, not you spelled out as Y-O-U, but it means the same thing. And this was by Alanis Morissette. And this was the debut single, off her 1998 album, Supposed Former Infatuation Junkie, which was her follow-up to Jagged Little Pill. And like Jagged Little Pill, pretty much every song off of that is a karaoke classic, but you don't hear Thank You as often. But maybe we should. And I bet Alanis would be thankful to us for remembering it. Yeah, I mean, just that chorus, Thank You, India, Thank You, Tara. That was just something I just, I've been singing along in my head ever since I first heard it, pretty much. And an alternate to this would be another song called Thank You, but in this case, the word you is spelled out as Y-O-U, and specifically Thank You by Dido, which was perhaps most famous for being heavily sampled in the Eminem song Stan. So maybe if you do sing Thank You by Dido, people might be going like, oh, are we about to get some this very dark story about an obsessed fan during the verses? But then no, actually we're going to continue with the Dido parts. So that could get an interesting reaction. Okay, and finally for my third choice, I picked out a range of genres. I didn't necessarily seek out to do that, but it worked out that way. And we've got Thanks for the Memories by Fall Out Boy, and all the vowels are taken out, but it's pronounced as it would be if the vowels were in there. So yeah, look at that. All the songs I've chosen have funny spelling. But yeah, I think this one's a lot of fun. And this may have been the song that convinced me to give Fall Out Boy a chance. They weren't really my thing when they released Sugar We're Going Down. That was like their breakthrough hit. And I was like, I'm not really into the pop punk emo thing. That singing style is not for me. But then I heard this, I'm like, you know what? This is a danceable, rock-outable beat. I can't, it would be unfair of me to allow to remain prejudged about them forever. And, I'd still say the pop punk emo thing isn't my scene, but I've come to like some of the songs and bands that fit into the genres. And it would be dishonest of me to say otherwise. So I'm thankful to Fall Out Boy for showing me that actually, I do enjoy them. And this is a song that's got it has a beat that and a strong guitar riff that just propel the whole performance forward and should lock in your audience to really pay attention. So I think they will be thankful for that. And yeah, let's see. Well, the alternate here isn't as close an alternate as the other alternates were for my first couple songs, but the one last song I considered was Thank You Next by Ariana Grande. And I don't know. I think there's, for some reason, I'm like, I get a vibe from Ariana and some other recent pop divas where they feel close in spirit to the pop punkers. I don't know why, but emotionally, they seem to be covering a lot of the same territory. Maybe that thought resonates with you or not. But yeah, so to wrap it up, my top 3 songs to be thankful for at karaoke for Thanksgiving are Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again by Sly and the Family Stone, Thank You by Alanis Morissette, and Thanks for the Memories by Fall Out Boy. And a few alternates. We've got I Thank You by Sam and Dave, Thank You by Dido, and Thank You, Next by Ariana Grande. Well, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, I kind of meant to mention this at the beginning, but I'll mention it now. So on our last episode where Aunt Beth and I were on the mic together, I believe I mentioned this on mic, that I was like, Aunt Beth, for your next time that you give me recommendations, I want you to recommend things, classic anythings from before I was born, so before March 1988. And she's given me a few, and I was actually planning on doing my reaction to an album from 1982, but then with Thanksgiving came on so fast, I'm like, well, if I'm going to do the karaoke Thanksgiving special, I'll have to do that now. So expect my reaction to what Aunt Beth recommended probably in the first weekend of December. If not then the weekend after. And then I'm hoping to do a holiday themed episode. Not quite as blowout big as the ones we've done in the past. Our favorite Christmas TV shows and Christmas movies and Christmas songs. We've already done all those. It's something not too big. It might even just me going on the microphone and saying Merry Christmas for just 1 minute or something. And I'll see if Aunt Beth wants to join. That's still being worked on, but expect some Christmas cheer to come your way into your podcast feeds in some way, in some manner. But for now, happy Thanksgiving, and follow us on social media. We're still on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and you can support us on Patreon if you'd like, and keep your remotes handy and your eyes open, and keep those eyes open. Make sure that your remote doesn't get stuck up the turkey.
I thought it was a turkey. I swear to God.